like, comment, and subscribe for more content. What is going on, guys? Happy holidays, and depending on when I upload this, happy Thanksgiving from your old pal, Captain Firefeet. So I've wanted to make this video for a while. I just haven't had the time to cobble it together, right? But Street Fighter it has no shortage of its weird, strange characters, right? There's some weirdo characters in these Street Fighter games, man. But Street Fighter 6 does something interesting, right? They take some of these weird characters from previous games and they make them kind of cool and interesting, right? So I wanted to take 3 characters in the history of Street Fighter, right? And I wanted to just tweak them, right? Redesign them slightly. So when and if they do come to Street Fighter 6, you know, what could they do to make them interesting, right? I'll be honest, I have faith in Capcom, right? If I'm being totally honest, this phenomenon started before Street Fighter 6, right? It started with Street Fighter 5, specifically Season 3, right? They added Blanka to the game, and historically, I've always hated Blanka. I despise Blanka, right? Blanka came out in Street Fighter 5, Season 3, and he was the most interesting and fun he's ever been, right? I actually played Blanka a little bit. I can't believe I just said those words, but it happened. And then they kept the ball rolling with Honda, and he was the most interesting he's ever been, right? And now both of them are in Street Fighter 6, and they're great, right? I'm not even gonna lie to you guys. They're incredible. But before I get to the 3 characters that I want to talk about, do me a favor, leave a like, subscribe if you guys like Capcom games, if you guys like Street Fighter, or if you guys just like gaming content in general. Help your boy out. We're almost at 600 subs. Preferably, I would like to hit that before the end of the year, but you know what, man? It's a marathon, not a sprint, so it is what it is. Anyway, back to the subject matter at hand. Street Fighter 6 does this really interesting thing, right? Where they take, you know, lesser characters, if you will. Characters like T-Hawk, characters like Abel, and then they turn them into a sexy lady. Or a cutie pie like Lily, right? And there's a character in Street Fighter 5. And this is the character that made me want to make this video in the first place. This dude's name is Fang, right? People hate Fang. He's this weird Chinese assassin dude who uses poison to kill people. And everyone hates this guy. He's a weird character. We do not like him. And basically what they did in Street Fighter 6, well, you know, they turned him into a sexy lady, right? And seemingly that worked, right? Same thing they did with Abel and T-Hawk, right? They made Lily and Manon. With Fang, we have Aki, right? His weird, you know, crazy, kind of sexy apprentice lady, you know? But something interesting happened when Aki was put into the game, right? So everyone loved Aki, but also in her story mode, we see a new design of Fang, right? And all over Twitter, the weirdest thing happened, right? People in the comment section, they're like, oh dang, look at Fang. That rhyme, by the way. Bars. I'm not a rapper. But everyone's like, dude, look at Fang. He looks incredible. I really want him to come back to Street Fighter 6. That's what people were saying in the comment section, and it blew my mind, right? Because for 7 years, we've despised this dude, right? Everyone has hated Fang because he's weird, he's annoying, he has a weird design, right? And then Street Fighter 6 gives him this new design, and then all of a sudden, there's 7,000 people simping over him. It was the weirdest thing, right? And that made me want to make this video in the first place, right? So the first character I want to talk about, it's actually not Fang, right? Fang was just the blueprint, the prototype for this video, right? The first character I want to talk about is Abigail, right? So Abigail's a weird character, right? Just look at him. Do you see him? Do you? He's a weird character, right? He's this huge 9-foot tall man with tires on his arms, and he looks like one of the villains from Space Jam, the first one, the good one, right? He looks so weird, man. And the craziest thing, by the way, they revealed Abigail at EVO. I forget what year that was, but everyone was pissed, right? Because all the other games, Tekken, Dragon Ball FighterZ, they had all these crazy announcements, and we got Abigail for Street Fighter 5, right? So many people were mad, right? It was like a bad joke, you know? So Abigail was introduced in Season 2 of Street Fighter V before Season 3 rolled around and Capcom, got their stuff together. And just look at them. Do you see the problem? It's everywhere. I feel like Abigail, I don't know, man. This might be a hot take, right? He looks weird because he looks unfinished, right? There's some good stuff here, right? There's some salvageable things with Abigail's design, right? I really like the tires on his belt, right? The tires on his arms. There's some good stuff there, right? It seems like they were, because Abigail, he was a Final Fight character, right? He's from the first Final Fight game, and it felt like Capcom didn't want to stray away from that too much. However, if you look at his concept art for Street Fighter V, right? The designs that they had in the concept art, they looked cool enough, they looked different enough, but still, you could tell that that's that character, right? Just an updated look, right? There's one in particular with this feather boa around his neck. He looks like Doflamingo from One Piece, right? I think this design would have hit. He looks like a JoJo character, So in my opinion, that's all we need, right? Abigail's a weird character that we all hate, but if Fang has taught me anything, a slight tweak to the design, right? If Fang has taught me anything, if Blanca and Honda have taught me anything for the past 2 games, all it takes is a slight tweak to the design, And I think that just this right here is solid enough, All right, so our next character is going to be Hakan, right? So Hakan is a weird one, right? Because I actually don't dislike Hakan, right? And I know a lot of people actually really like him, He's just a weird character, right? That's it. He's this Turkish oil wrestler who is he's a tycoon for an oil company as well, right? So he's an oil wrestler who has his own oil, right? Which is, cool. Very cool. It's just what's going on though? Why is he a red guy? Right? Why is he a red dude? Why does he have blue Lego hair? Don't get me wrong. Like I said, I dig it, right? I like the pants, right? The black weird leather pants with the belt and the sash. Cool, right? I like it. I like the golden lion motif that he has going on. There's some cool stuff there. It's why is he like this though? And it's weird that they just plopped him into Street Fighter 4 specifically, right? There's a lot of weird stuff in Street Fighter 4. You guys ever just sit back and think about that? There's a lot of weird stuff in Street Fighter 4. Like Hakan, right? And it's just but why, Hakan, hear me out, guys. Hear me out. This is going to sound kind of suspect. Hakan has a bunch of daughters, and he has a hot wife, right? What if, man, they could have, dude, Capcom. You know what? Capcom showed some restraint here, and I appreciate that. But you know what? I'm gonna take a page out of the take a weird character and revamp them into a sexy lady playbook. What if Hakan had a daughter, right, that was old enough to fight, right, like an 18 to 20-year-old daughter, right, and she just carries on Hakan's legacy, right, with the oil wrestling and stuff. Have Hakan retire, and let's have a I don't know, man, a sexy oil wrestler lady. Think about it. Okay. I'm just, right now you're sitting in your chair and you're like, you know what? Secretly, this man's a genius. Right? Just imagine it. Think about it. Right? So we get another grappler lady, right? I guarantee you. Listen, I know what you guys are thinking. Okay, you know what? Moving on. Okay, and the last character that we're going to cover today. This dude, he's disgusting. It's Birdie, right? So Birdie, he's a black British dude, right? He's a punk rocker. I like that, right? I'm a punk rock fan myself. I actually played Birdie a little bit in Street Fighter V, right? And it's funny because playing Birdie, it makes you feel nasty, right? You feel nasty playing Birdie, I think Birdie should come back in Street Fighter 6, but we're gonna throw a curveball in here, right? I think they should bring Birdie back, but have it be a different guy, right? Maybe have Birdie. What if he has a son, right? A teenage son, or a young 20-year-old son, right? And he can carry on the Birdie name, right? You know, maybe like if you guys have seen Spider-Verse, there's another black British character that's on my mind right now, Spider-Punk, right? Have Birdie have a young, skinny, cool son, right? Maybe Birdie retired, right? With Kadeen's money, right? He's a rich British dude now. And he has a punk rock son rebelling against his old man, right? And then he can use Birdie's chains, right? Just like how Spider-Man uses his webs, right? You know? I think that's a cool concept, right? That's how I would bring back the Birdie quote-unquote character, right? But have him be cool and different, right? Like a young, rebellious version of Birdie, right? And now Birdie can retire and be, the fat old man that he's always wanted to be, right? And we can have his son, carry on the Birdie legacy as a cool new, a new character for the next generation, right? What do you guys think, right? Listen, I know I said some crazy things in this video, right? But I saw this in a dream, and I was compelled to make this video. Leave a comment, right? Am I insane? Or am I secretly a genius, right? What character do you guys want to come back to Street Fighter 6 with a new, fresh design? Let me know in the comment section below. Anyway, guys, I got a turkey to carve, so I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace!